the dark within to be spiritually flying to the fullest, so that no man can fool this. Warrior of the highest caliber, no literally trained as a fighter, trained as a samurai, and as a soldier in the U.S. Army infantry. Fuck with me and see my fury like Bruce Lee. I unleash my chi on me, step up to me, and my energy will dismantle utterly your mentality, and it might put you in the brink of insanity. Teach yourself a lesson, forget about me, cause I don't exist. I flow through the ether, multidimensionally I share my insights. Call me a creature, move like a ghost. I'll teleport back home like E.T. I'll be gone in an instant, so don't blink, so don't blink, so don't blink, cause you might just miss everything. The entire course of a man's life has many times been changed by a single thought, which coming to him in a flash became a mighty power that altered the whole current of human events. History is repeated with the stories of strong-minded, resolutely willed individuals who steadfastly holding to their inner convictions have been able to inspire their fellow man, and in the face of tremendous and determined opposition have literally created out of nothing new businesses, huge empires, and new worlds. They had no monopoly of thought power. You and every man and every woman have it. All you have to do is use it. You will then become the person you envision in your imagination. Know yourself. Know your power. Never forget. You and every man and every woman have it. All you have to do is use it. You will then become the person you envision in your imagination. Know yourself.
About to finish up.
Know your power.
Like I said, at 3:30, I'm a little late.
And every man and every woman have it. All you have to do is use it.
There we go. We're good now. So this is a weight management update. See how much weight I have cut in only 9 hours. Whew. Alright. So if you have any questions, go ahead and pop them in. I'm gonna keep going. Like I said on the core strengthening. Yes. So it's about core strengthening. All right. Last bit. Right now I'm just gonna finish off my shoulders real quick. I'm gonna finish off my upper body real quick, and then I'm gonna go into the core. So right now I'm finishing off shoulders, deltoids. All right, great for the jabs, and then also straight rights, straight lefts, overhand rights, overhand lefts, to build that endurance and that core, also from holding your hands up for so long. All right, so that guard is always there at all times and you don't get tired as easily. Sorry, but you might not be able to understand me, but I have to do it with my mouthpiece in. It cuts more weight. Remember, I'm wearing this silly outfit with the head over my hood, with the hood over my head, because this creates a small sauna-like. I don't want to overheat my brain, so I don't want to be doing cardio for too long, because then the brain might get too hot. You see what I'm saying? From working too hard. So you got to be strategic, especially if you're going to be sparring. You want to have your brain as least as possible, to be warm. So you want it to be as cool as possible. It's very difficult. Why? Because heat rises and it releases through the head for the most part. The sweating, that's not really releasing heat. That's releasing toxins. That's a self-defense mechanism as well, so that the air hits it and then it cools you off. So the true way to release heat is through the top of your head, because heat rises. So if you cover it up, you're going to trap that heat, and then you're going to be able to heat up your body naturally a lot easier without overloading the brain being too warm, right? Meaning I don't want to go with this cardio for too long. I don't want to waste energy. I don't want to waste ATP, but I do want to burn the calories that are negative meaning the ones that slow you down, right? But also as well, uh, uh, um, keep the energy so that you don't die down on the long run, okay? But also so that I can weight as low as possible with having a lot of power, a lot of strength. So, so this is for the obliques, core, like you're shaking off a blanket. It's almost like I'm throwing it behind me, but I'm stopping it. It's a lot of core. It's a lot of core exercise by doing this, like almost like you're shaking off a blanket. Like you're in the beach and you're shaking off the sand. Literally, I know it looks funny. It's only 7 and 7 each one. But when you do it rapidly, you're using a lot of brain, neuroplasticity, and a lot of core because your body thinks, whoa, is the spine going to get thrown out of proportion? So your core clenches each time you're doing that. Now, obliques and lats, and this helps for jabs as well. But what I'm doing here doesn't look like it. Right here, I'm flexing the side I'm lifting, crunching on that side. I know it doesn't look like it. Notice I'm not breathing after every single one, but I am on a rhythm. So I can stick to the rhythm and not pay attention to the damn burn, because right now it's burning bad. The shoulders, the deltoids, the forearms from holding these for so long without putting them down. All right, and we're gonna go a tiny bit heavy on the top, about middle weight or so, not lightest, not normal. A 10 rep max weight, okay, is gonna be about half of that. Whew. So one last round, all the way above, from top to bottom, and then we'll do the core. Okay, so, but this is also adding a lot of core to everything. So right here, teeter-totter, tricep extension for the triceps. Keep your elbows in, keep chopping upward, 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 up fast, down smooth, up fast, down smooth. Work against gravity, work against gravity. Chaotic on the top, peaceful on the down. Peace, balance, balance. Explode out, nice down smooth. Chest muscles, a lot of core, a lot of obliques, a lot of deltoids, a lot of traps. Notice how I'm twisting. I'm not going vigorously, so that's okay, as long as I'm not going vigorously. And I'm using a lot of obliques, lower back, lower TVA. My biceps and forearms are burning so bad, so I'm gonna burn them some more. All right, now I'm gonna do bent over rows for more lats, okay? Full body range of motion with spread eagles. That's enough for the lats. Press them together for chest, inner chest. We're gonna do some more chest in a little bit, decline, so that's okay with enough chest now. Traps, frontal raise, keep it as close as possible to your body. You don't wanna go out, that's not good for your deltoids. So keep them tight to your body. Once you can't keep up with that rhythm, don't stop. Shoulder shrugs, backwards, forward, straight up and down, and just keep alternating. Keep that stomach nice and tight. Crunch in, like Bruce Lee stands. have that core tight so you don't have to crunch every single time the hit comes. It's already activated, but without wasting energy. It is possible. It's just positioning. All right. After that, biceps. How to switch them? Because my forearms are locking up so bad right now. Another thing to add is I've only drank about 20 ounces of liquids since, what was it? I think it was 3 p.m. or so when I did the first recording. 3 p.m. now is so it's 12 hours. Now it's 3:30. It's past 3:30 now a.m. So I've only drank about 20 ounces of water, and I had about believe it or not, it's all 2 spoonfuls of Greek yogurt for the good cultures, to feed the good bacteria. This was after my coffee enema. Okay, so remember when I started around 3 p.m. 12 hours ago, I was weighing at 157.8. Okay, after the coffee enema, I was weighing 153 point something, somewhere around there. That was about 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago or so. I did another one of those runs that I did earlier, and then high, low weight resistance, upper body. I gotta finish off the biceps. So right here, I'm adding tricep because I'm extending that tricep. I'm still curling, okay? It's still the same as without moving the waist, but now I'm adding waist, obliques. After a while, I cut the twist, isolate the biceps and core by facing that pelvic up, crunching in. And finally, tricep extension, sprinkler style. Look at my elbows, going in, out, That's hand to elbow coordination or eye to elbow coordination. So that's coherence from brain to body, a lot of neuroplasticity. And finally, I'm gonna go back to a little bit heavy. Finish off my chest and I'm done with upper body. And we'll do core, obliques, a lot of core, lower TVAs, lower back, glutes, hamstrings, quads. Whew. 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 So in a little bit, I'm gonna give you guys the formula or a few recipes, I should say, that I use after, actually even before the coffee enema, during the coffee enema, with the coffee enema, after the coffee enema, so that I don't lose out on electrolytes even though I'm cutting water weight. So not introducing a lot of water right now because the weigh-in is coming in shortly. Just pretending I don't have a fight right now, but just to show you guys how much you can cut safely if you do it properly in a strategic manner. Because remember, the body is full of chemicals. Biochemically, you can alchemize, do alchemy internally. I don't like doing, especially showing you stuff without the mouthpiece in. Always work with your mouthpiece in, unless you're talking to a business partner or whatnot. And I'm still trapping the heat. Notice how my head is off the mat the whole time, utilizing a lot of neck, core muscle by doing this. All right. Done with the core. I'm gonna go bring, when I take a breather, I'm gonna neutralize those thoughts by regulating that heart rate. So neutralize those thoughts. Don't think, man, that was hard. Man, that was great. I can do at least 3 minutes more of that. Let's do it. No. Be neutral in the mind. Neutralize those thoughts. Regulate that heart rate by breathing deep in through your nose, holding it, and then releasing it nice and slowly out your mouth, utilizing that diaphragm. Always pause. You can still be listening to your corner, neutralizing yourself so that in the next bout, you're going to start fully. After you do 3 or 4 of these, you still have at least 40 seconds left of more undivided attention, eyes open, looking at your corner. Okay. So be strategic. So anyhow, I'm going to neutralize my thoughts, regulate that heart rate. I'm going to go get some chemicals, all right, which are supplements like chlorophyll, things that we need, all right? So hold on for a second. All right, so young athletes, we need an insane amount. I think I've sweated more than enough, and I'm about to do my weigh-in right now. Hopefully, nothing occurs, nothing gets shut off like it normally does. But anyhow, so creatine, but it's all natural. There's nothing crazy. We create creatine ourselves, but we don't create it enough, especially the older we get. So I do take creatine. Again, it's not that fucking creatine explode and this and that for mass and this. No, this is just to supplement what I cannot naturally make much of anymore, and I can't get too much of plants unless I eat a whole lot of plants that are not readily available. All right, the next thing is glutamine. Same thing. All right, perfectly natural, nothing crazy. It's not a foreign substance in the sense that we also produce a little bit of glutamine. Not much, but we do. The other thing is potassium chloride, because we need the electrolytes. This is one way to do it. I mix this with several other things, like say for instance silver sol. Okay, it's like colloidal silver. All right, mix these two, and it's like it's a supercharged Pedialyte for Olympian warriors. All right, these two things and a little bit of honey. I also use chlorophyll. This is the first thing I drink right after a coffee enema. Sometimes, believe it or not, I add this. I add iodine, very little, but I do add it, and magnesium drops because they absorb quicker to my actual coffee enema. So it goes into the source right away. Look up coffee enema if you don't know what that is, or enema period. You'll be like, wait, what? Hell no, I'm not doing that. Well, that's on you. You cannot become multidimensional of a warrior without having the microbiome optimized. This is the true temple. This is the first brain in all reality. If you have a lot of parasites here, whatever you intake here, the parasites are going to take it, they're going to poop, and your blood is going to take that poop, not the nutrients. Get that straight, guys. If you have not done an actual cleanse like this, like an enema, and quite often, trust me, you have fucking literally hell inside right here. Doesn't matter how much church you go to, okay? Doesn't matter how much you meditate, okay? You will have an infestation in here, okay? As above, so below. As inside, so outside. Vision is weak, perception is stronger. So your perception will be projected out. If you're perceiving dirty light because this is dirty, the microbiome as above, so below, as below, so above, You're going to perceive nastiness. It takes one to know one. So if you're seeing nastiness out there, guess what? It's in here first. You will not recognize nastiness, or at least go out of your way to try to say something, because eventually you'll get to the point like, well, I don't need to say this, but I don't know why I was going to say this about my cousin or whatever. And then you reflect, what if this was for me? Maybe it's not literal, but the metaphor of it. And you'll start to find out that, whoa, I'm teaching myself these greater outlooks, if you may, of life through the school of life, the living library, which is all around us. The lips of wisdom are closed except to the ears of understanding. That means if you're ready to understand, you'll get wisdom from a child's eyesight when they gaze at you with that cute little smile, or you see a bird passing by. If I already lost you by this, bye-bye. I can care less. I'm building true benevolent warriors with rectitude, benevolence, dignity, integrity, fragility, all that good stuff, okay? Just like the Bushido code. And I'm going to teach you guys the universal laws so you can be able to polarize and counter internally, not just counter here, all right? Again, as above, so below, all right? But trust me, once you do this stuff, you're going to become so multidimensional. Your reflexes, everything, your speed, like you're going to be able to slow down time, almost quite literally. Obviously, you can't slow down time, but here the processing will be so fast that it will be like you're going to be moving slow. And when you record yourself, you're going to be like, what? I could have swore I was going slow. But in the video, you're going pretty damn fast without slowing down. That's because your processing gets so quick. If you don't believe me, look this up. Look at what the coffee bean itself, without the enema, okay, what the coffee bean itself does to the tau, T-A-U, of the brain. The telomeres, the tips at the edge where the neurotransmitters comes out, okay, those get burnt out after a while, especially after the age of 33, 34. Well, the coffee bean, when heated up, you can't drink it. When you drink it, your acids cancels out all these great benefits. But when you take it through the portal vein, there's no filtering, no disruption, and it goes straight to the bloodstream, it goes straight to the brain, and your brain becomes multidimensional. It's amazing how it works. I'm telling you, if you're 24 years old, all the way to about almost 27, I'm old enough to technically be your father. Do the math. And wait till you see right now when I take my shirt off. It's not about showing off, but I have to take it off so I can weigh myself. So I'm going to do the core. Watch all the movements that I'm going to be making. I'm going to do it with the mouthpiece first, and then I'm going to explain it, okay? So you hear that rhythm with the stepping, switching. Now there's going to be an extra tap, because watch what I'm going to do. That was the beginner's phase. Watch how I utilize a mild form of plyometric and make it 10 times more taxing to the body without wasting more energy and without putting yourself at risk. And you strengthen so much more. And I'll explain some other time. You hear that? Tap, tap, tap. Shooting, shooting, shooting. Because I'm stepping, hopping, stepping, going down. But I'm twisting. Watch how I'm bringing the knee up, like if I'm bringing someone's head down. Even if I wasn't bringing someone's head down, what's happening down here? The lower TBAs have to be engaged in order for me to do this motion. Now I'm practicing also my guard for MMA, for Muay Thai, but I'm using so much core, so much lower TVA, so I'm chiseling away at all of these muscles here. Now we're gonna add more. Now a lot of glutes, hamstrings, quads, and a whole lot more core, an insane amount of left to right brain hemisphere synchronization from all the literal twisting that we do. And again, a lot of obliques, lats, lower back, shoulders from bringing the ball up, chest muscles from holding it there, biceps, all kinds of muscles get incorporated with just this one exercise. And you burn so many calories, the right ones, the ones that need to come off, okay, without burning the proper calories, which make ATP, the energy that we need, okay, and then we do muscle grinding friction so that we burn away at the bad fat reserves, because we do need good, healthy fat reserves for our cardiovascular system. Because remember, our body goes through the calorie burnout. The way it goes is carbs, then fat, and you never want to get to protein, because if we can't store too much protein other than our actual muscles. So if we get to that point, then we literally are kind of cannibalizing ourselves. We're eating away at our actual protein, and this is why steady pace cardio eats away at your muscles. Never do something that is easy in the sense of it's so repetitive that your body adjusts to it within 10 minutes, and then there is no overload. So you're wasting your time for one. You're not truly burning calories. You're burning very little. You might have a watch that tells you, oh, you just burned 800 calories in that 45-minute run. It's BS. That's only going by generalization of timing, maybe your weight, maybe that you're a female or male, but it's not accurate. And you don't burn as much as they tell you, because your body gets used to it. Your body adapts to everything you consistently expose it to. Remember that. That's not a freaking lie. That's actually facts. There's one comment. Yo, what's up, Peace Groove? You made it again. Good, nice to see you again. I'm almost done with this core exercise. I'm gonna show you that last bit, and then I'm gonna finalize by giving you my weight, so you can see how much I actually cut in such little time. And I'm ready to fight right now. I'll go at least a good 8 rounds with championship level competition. At least 8 rounds, and I've been up all day. Now exercising the entire 12 hours. I have, other projects to take care of, but working out in between, here and there, moving, burning calories, right? So here we go. I'm not gonna lie to you, holy smokes. I really need to drink a lot of water. I really need some sugars. Another thing, if you're feeling low on energy all of a sudden, lightheadedness, whether you've been pushing hard or not, the number one thing it could be is low carbs, especially if you don't take in carbs for XYZ reasons, for the most part. First thing you want to do, it doesn't matter if it's an unhealthy Snickers, doesn't matter. Get yourself some kind of sugar, hopefully it's healthy sugars, and don't fear sugars in fruits, okay? It's crazy how they pump people full of all these scare tactics and such. Obviously, if you're allergic to a certain something, obviously don't take it. But don't be afraid of sugars from fruits. It's not the way they tell you. It's a different type of sugar, okay? There's many different types of sugars. So even the body produces sugar. We're done with this. I'm gonna go ahead and dry off a tiny little bit, weigh myself, see how much we actually cut. Can't wait to see. So while waiting for me to dry up, I'm gonna go ahead and check the scale, see if we need to calibrate it. All right, it shows the proper weight. We'll see if there's a C after the zeros. If there is no C, that means we can trust the current calibration in the scale, which there is no C, so we can trust it. I'm gonna go ahead and let myself dry out for a few more seconds. And like I was saying, please make sure number one thing should be magnesium, chlorophyll, potassium, big time. Doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man. Unless you're above 45, then you have to be careful with too much potassium. But as far as young, 40 and on down, for the most part, you need an insane amount of potassium. We need at least, 4,700 milligrams. This one for one serving is 365 milligrams. Okay, and I take at least 2 servings of this per day. But I also get a potassium, which is overall what it is, meaning what becomes electrolytes out of this green powder mix that I add to this. It's not patented yet, but I have my own formula of meal replacement, protein shake, pre-workout, and then also pre-sleep, so that you're burning. It helps you to go to sleep, and you're burning while you're sleeping, and then it binds. The fiber binds to what you've eaten the night before, and then the next day you can expel it nice and comfortably with no issues. So it goes in and out of you. You don't want it to stay in there, because if it stays in there, for instance, you eat steak over and over and over, it takes to eat a little steak that big, it takes at least 3 days to fully assimilate. By a day and a half, your body already wasted the energy. You did not get any protein at all because it took so much to burn it. Not only that, by the time you get the second steak, usually people eat 2 times a day steak, all right, they're already clogging themselves. Elvis Presley, when he died, when they did his autopsy, he had over 33 pounds of undigested meats and nasty food in him, in the belly. That's why he wasn't fat, but he had this huge beer keg. Okay, another one, John Wayne, the actor, he had over 24 pounds of undigested food. Guess what's the number one thing they both had in common? They were avid steak eaters. They would eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner as a snack with hardly any cooked foods. If you don't eat cooked foods, your pancreas works overload. You could die before the age of 38. So remember, magnesium, chlorophyll, B complex, all the vitamins, iodine. Do not be afraid of salt. Obviously, if you're allergic to a certain type, there's different types of salts. Pink Himalayan salt has a lot of minerals along with it. So there's that. And remember, strategically, you want to feed the microbiome, okay, with Greek yogurt, or even better yet, skyr, Scandinavian skyr. It has over 27, or maybe even more, grams of protein per serving. That's an insane amount. All right, and I have been only eating about 1,200 calories for almost 10 years now, and I still am able to build lean muscle mass. So let's go ahead and weigh myself now. Yes, 158. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, we'll let it zero out and we'll get confirmation. And remember that 150.8. And I'm going to talk to you guys for about another 6-7 minutes, and then we'll weigh myself again, and you'll see that I'll drop that 0.8 and it'll be 150 flat. And we got confirmation. 150.8. Hopefully you can see that. All right. You're going to see the scale's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay there. I'm going to keep talking with you. Let me get if I have water. Hold on. Damn. So, whew, I need to eat. I need some sugars. I need some good old ice cream. That's not the right sugars, okay? But that is good for me because I take it as steroids in the sense that I ate some ice cream. It feeds my inner child. My soul gets aligned better, and my PTSD doesn't get to me from war. And then I can continue. And then the next day I'm like, hey, I ate that ice cream. I got to work out 3 times harder right now. I usually don't, but as long as I have that in the mind, I burn the calories. Hey, this is why Lou Ferrigno and Arnold Schwarzenegger were really big on having mirrors, working out in front of mirrors, not for vanity. Just like Marcus Aurelius would say, one of the 5 levels of mastery is to do every single day. One of them is to do fitness, but not for vanity. Is to strengthen the core, the mind, the body as you're doing that fitness. So Lou Ferrigno and Arnold Schwarzenegger were big on having mirrors because when you're working out, your imagination will see that muscle bigger. Not only that, what's happening when you're working out? You're building up lactic acid, right? So what happens? You get veinier. Your muscles look more defined. And that's what you're seeing in the mirror. But guess what's happening in here? There's such thing as mirror neurons. Look that up. I only give you facts, guys. I don't give you guys biases and this and that. Mirror neurons. So if you're watching a video of mine where I'm diving and swimming next to all these dolphins, and I got a lot of those videos, and you're seeing that, you know what a dolphin is. When you see what it looks under, it's beautiful and clear. It might be scary to some of you, but you can see all the way down, over 50, 40 feet down, and it's clear, and you can see all these beautiful colors. Well, your mind knows this, especially if you're above the age of 20 or so, okay? And mirror neurons start to kick in. So without you even being there with me in Hawaii, you're still releasing the same neurotoxins, the same neurotransmitters, whatever's involved in the situation. If it's me beating somebody up for no reason and beating them to a pulp, you're going to feel that nastiness. And your neurotoxins are going to release cortisol, adrenaline, and all these things because you're watching this, but vice versa for something good. So if you're watching me next to the dolphins, you're getting the same therapy I was getting without you even being there, because your mirror neurons will release. This is the power of imagination, visualization. The more you do something repetitive, you can even train while you sleep, while you're dreaming. For instance, a soccer player, when they hit the ball, right? They do it what? 3,000 times in a matter of an hour or so. Well, those 3,000 times is so repetitive. When the person's asleep, their brain, their muscles are still firing. Their legs might not be moving. It's the same thing as that free throw that's been done in so many universities that study case, where they split up a basketball team in 3 different sections. One basketball team, right? A third of the basketball team was told to go home, never shoot anything for, what was it, 30 days or something like that. The second group was told to imagine themselves, just to sit in their room in silence and just imagine throwing the free throws. Then the third group were forced to do it every single day for 20 minutes, every single day for 30 days. At the end of the study, all right, the ones that did the physical got better by 25%. The ones that didn't do anything got worse. Or, yeah, they didn't even get better. They couldn't because they weren't doing anything. Muscle memory kind of got lost a little bit. But the ones that just imagined it, they got better by 24%. That's nearly as equal as physically doing it. That's the power of visualization. That's the power of mirror neurons. Remember that. So Hey, I don't know if I'm still on or not. Can one of you wag your tails or wiggle your ears? Nah, I'm just kidding. I got cut off. Everything completely shut off right now for a few seconds. So I got back up. Determination, exactly, King's Groove. But carrying cross. It's funny. That's so funny you say that. Well, if you want, dude, I'm almost as old as fucking Oscar de la Hoya. I shit you not. It's so weird. But if you want the secret of real youth, is this, brother. Use the mouthpiece at all times. It will chisel out your face, everything, your neck muscles, everything. But I'll take that as a compliment. So thank you so much, Carry and Cross. And it's so synchronistic because outside I'm building the cross reference gym where you cross reference all martial arts and incorporate the esoteric knowledge, universal laws, spirituality, all that good stuff. Yes, the good part of religion. Practice all, follow none. All right. But I'm telling you, this is key in all these supplements that I mentioned, all of which are all natural. And don't forget chlorophyll. Look up the. I'm pretty sure I'm still on. I'll just keep talking. I'm almost done, anyways. So look up the hemoglobin, our blood. All right, a sample of our hemoglobin in a molecular structure. All right, meaning in microscope. All right, and look up the molecular structure of chlorophyll plant from the plant. All right, what makes plants green. Put them next to each other, and you'll see they look exactly the same, except for the plant has one extra carbon. That's it. That's the only difference. Okay. Yet we breathe out carbon dioxide. Okay, and they actually need carbon in order to be healthy. Okay, but obviously there's a certain amount, this and that. But the point is chlorophyll. The ancient Essenes used to teach that sun gazing for one, because when the sun hits the retina and then gets transferred into literally energy and nutrients. It's almost nourishment, I should say, not nutrients, but nourishment. It's almost the same. Not only that, the sun hitting your body, it goes, penetrates to the epidermis and it reaches the fascia, the second layer of skin we have, which is similar to fiber optics, which means what? It can conduct light as energy. Imagine all the sunbathers, all right? Not only that, but the ancient Essenes also taught bone breathing as you're sitting there. And when you open up the pores and visualize an intent for your bones to open up their pores, because there are little grooves in there, microfiber tears you can do like Wolf's Law, things like that, right? So the air also gives you nourishment. Water, not just drinking it, but water like an enema clears out the darkness within you quite literally. I know it sounds far-fetched, but this is real. Look up the Essenes, Essenes. All right, they're the ones that truly taught a lot of what Jesus of Nazareth truly knew. They were teaching Christianity before the church became the church. Before it used to be good. But anyways, aside from that, was dirt, the ground, barefooted, dig into the ground, get all those minerals to go inside your pores. Lastly, the ether. Now we become electromagnetic, okay, and we can telepathy, help somebody, communicate somebody that's in distance. I know this sounds crazy, guys, but we can do all this stuff. All right. And imagine if you can incorporate this, implement it in the gym, in your fights. I've done it before. Look up my last video that I actually added that I made public is one of my fights. I beat the dude, and he was a former champion, all right? And I beat the dude in one round. But watch him. I mean, I don't look pretty the way I move, but I'm getting every single angle and weird angles, but I'm still hitting them, contacting them. And in the last second, as soon as I hit him, bam, he starts falling down, and then bing, the bell rings, and then the referee let him get up, but he was not all there. But the point is because I became multidimensional. I was able to see all these openings in an insane manner. And that's what coffee enema doing clearing your mind, the meditation, supplementing properly, detoxifying, breathing is the best form. All these things truly make a difference to preserve the body beyond vanity. Okay? Vision is weak, perception is strong. We must laugh at the face of our helplessness or go insane. So anyhow, I've got to get going now. I already gave you guys my formula. Let's see how much I've dropped in this few seconds, minutes. I hope I didn't go up. I did go up. 151 flat. So I went from 150 to 151 flat. So that means I need to eat, believe it or not. And then I will gain about a pound, even though I should gain 3, but somehow, some way, it's weird how it works. But we all have different bodies. We all fluctuate in different ways. Some fluctuate more, but hey, about 12 hours ago, I was weighing 157.8. I'm weighing 151 flat right now. A little while ago, I was 150.2, something like that. And my goal was to be 150, right, by 3:30. Not only that, right now when I'm done, I'm still going to eat cantaloupe, all right, that green melon, because it has the most electrolytes. I'm going to eat quite a bit of a dose of that, a little bit of Greek yogurt, and then I'm going to bathe. But I'm going to make my bathroom like a sauna. Okay, I'm going to put pink Himalayan salt to feed the biggest organ of the body, and then sweat, sweat, sweat even more, and then I'll even come back on in a few hours so you can see how much weight we can cut, but in a proper manner, without really burning out the brain, without burning out the metabolic, without reaching metabolic burnout. All right, so gotta get going. That's about it. Um, yeah, watch that fight. I'm telling you, I'll add more fights tomorrow. Um, but I don't think I'll leave them on too long. It's just like surprises I'm going to be throwing in here and there. But thank you so much, Carrie and Cross, for your uh, uh, compliment. Basically, that's what it was. Um, Nothing against or for De La Hoya, great fighter and all. But thank you so much for that. King's Groove, thank you so much for tuning in once again. You're always on time, brother. That's freaking nice, man. So I gotta get going. I'll try to bring you guys more and more action. It's just for some reason I keep getting tampered with. Watch my live feeds and you'll see how much glitchy they become when I start releasing some unconventional information. And I guess they don't want me to release that. So anyhow, gotta get going. Gotta get some sugar in my blood. Yeah, it's gonna be some nasty, uh, delicious tasting ice cream. I'll tell you that much. But like I said, I'm gonna get some cantaloupe in me to get the most electrolytes and gotta get going. One love, one life. For together, our light will shine much brighter. Don't forget, you're only limited to your creativity. Pain is temporary. Pride is eternal. Fulfillment lasts forever. The fight will be worth it, whether it's mental, physical, spiritual, or emotional. The universe within, YOU, the universe within will reciprocate dearly because perception is projection. Don't forget, my name is Jesus Nazar Medina, aka Striker, and I'm the creator of the 1, 2, 3, 4 flush, helping you to transform from the inside out in at least 4 planes of existences: physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional. And I guess I'll give you this last one. Soul Reviver. That's the soul. Sun, technically. Japan. Get it? No? Anyways. Soul Reviver. Rehabilitating every vessel internally via emotions and resonance. 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 Rhythm compensates. Alright? The pendulum to the swing to the left is as equal to the swing to the right. Rhythm compensates. Get to know all the universal laws, law of causation, cause and effect. All right, you only get out of it what you put into it. Peace, one love, one light.
and alternate all those realities. Parallel to be exact, don't go out of body because it might be whack with you if you don't know what to do. Astral project, that's the way it goes. But then again, if you go out of mind, you will be out of sight. So what the fuck, yo? Bring it down cause it's on the slow, cause you will be with this old soul. Alone, but you wouldn't wanna be, because you don't even know what to do with all that solitary. Now you see many things coming at you with so many dissonance. What the fuck you gonna do when you really see all this pressure coming at you? Depression's gonna hit you hard. PTSD, now you know what it's gonna go. Don't look around, it's gonna be like that. Now you really don't know what to do next, because if you do, you might just wanna flex all those magic numbers.
Everyone creates the thing they dread. Men of peace create engines of war. Invaders create avengers. The victors program their future enemies. All of sheer fear. Inevitably, men die from their own remedies. What the fuck is the sense in that? Why do we keep fighting each other? This doesn't make sense. What the fuck are we doing? Fuck this shit! I'm done with this reality! I'm done!
Embrace the dark so you can see so many things in a different perspective. Perception is projection, so what the fuck, bring it down cause it's on and you'll see so many different perspectives that you don't wanna be in, because if you do, you're gonna regulate and alternate all those realities. Parallel to be exact, don't go out of body because it might be whack with you if you don't know what to do. Astral project, that's the way it goes. But then again, if you go out of mind, you will be out of sight. So what the fuck, yo? Bring it down.